We are back with Guilford County Schools Superintendent Dr. Sharon Contreras and Assistant Superintendent of Teaching, Learning, and Professional Development, Dr. Jamie King, and they are answering your text questions. We're going to get right to it again. Someone is saying, do you think it would be helpful if the younger school kids or even all school kids are given facial shields to go with their masks so they can take a break from the mask if they need to? Dr. Contreras?
So the directive we have from the governor is all students K-12 must wear masks. What the teachers are planning is to have mask breaks by taking students outdoors for activities. So we are actually building in opportunities for students to be outside more often so that they can take their mask off while social distancing.
Okay. Someone is asking about food and how kids will be able to eat during the school year. What are the plans this year?
So for the first 9 weeks, we continue to work with others across the country to ask for another waiver so that we can continue to feed students while they are not in school. That waiver ends soon, and we are deeply concerned about not being able to provide students with meals if that waiver is not approved by USDA. So we do need that approved as soon as possible. During the school year, we anticipate that we'll be able to feed, as we have been able to, have always fed students. In terms of those who are learning remotely, we would probably need a waiver from USDE, USDA to feed those students in sites and community sites. But we will not be able, once school begins again, to go out and use the buses to stop at many different bus stops, because we'll be using the buses now to transport students.
And that's the issue when kids would possibly go back into the classroom.
That's right.
Okay. Someone is asking, will teachers be required to teach from their own classrooms, or will they have the option to be present in the class or work from home? Dr. King?
Yeah, so we've gotten that question a lot from teachers as well. And so our goal is to have school buildings open that teachers can come in and teach from their class. That's where a lot of the equipment, they may want to use resources that are in their classroom. So they'll have that option to come into the school buildings and use their own classrooms to record their lessons.
Okay. Someone is asking, how will students get books and things they need from school that they have not been in yet, like a rising 6th grader?
Yep, so that's part of the orientation sessions, is that we'll have materials for students to pick up. Many students will still need to check out or use one of our district laptops and district devices. Student material, so student workbooks that they may use throughout the year, we're still going to provide. And so our hope is that part of the orientation sessions is that we'll have all of those materials ready that students can pick up at that time.
Well, speaking of picking up the computers and things like that, I know there are 73,000 students about, and there's about 30,000 devices. So how do we make that happen? How will people get those devices, and how do we figure out who gets them?
Many of our students do have devices. We've learned, we have estimated about 20% of the students do not have devices. So we continue to make devices available. If we need more, we will both ask the Board of County Commissioners, and we'll continue to ask our business partners and the Guilford Education Alliance to continue to help us. But we will have approximately 30,000 devices available.
And so what is the process for a student or a family to tell you that they need something? Because I'm getting several texts saying, I have 5 kids in my family, we'll definitely need those devices.
Right, so we do not provide one device for every student. We first make sure that every household has a device, and then we go back and make certain that the households that have the largest number of school children have a second device, and then we go back and provide a third device depending on how many devices are left. That's how we provided devices in the spring. We will continue to distribute devices in that way in the fall for the first 9 weeks of remote learning. Parents only need to contact their school, the principal, and let them know that they need a device, that they do not have a device at home.
Okay, parents, if you heard that, it's your responsibility to contact your school principal, and let them know that you need a device. That is the way that is going to get that kick started.